you please look around at me?
All right, here we go. Lick number 16. Key is C sharp. Let's try it again. All right, now I'm going to give you the notes. This one's a little tricky. I had to turn it into an exercise because I don't have the picking technique. All right, but here it is. We start off sliding into the root, right? The 11th fret on the D string. Okay, and now we go right to the 5th, to the flat 7, root. So there's 2 5ths, flat 7, and then a root. You put some vibrato on that one, and then you do minor 3rd. Okay, you got a minor 3rd and 2 roots there. All right, so again. And then you go down. You go flat 7 to root, flat 7, 5th, 4th, minor 3rd, root, minor 3rd. Okay, so we're going okay. All right, so all together. Well, let me do it again. Okay, you leave it up in the air because you're finishing with this little phrase. I don't think I slid. I think I forgot to slide. Okay, what that is 4th, bend a half step to the flat 5. Now you release and you strike the string again, and then you hit the string again. It's a subtle thing, but it is, right? You get the flat 5 and then 2 roots. I mean, 2 4ths, I'm sorry. Flat 5, 2 4ths, then you go minor 3rd, root, and then back to the minor 3rd and slide. So it sounds like this. Alright, so all together, I'll do it slow. Alright, so think of it like, like a bunch of different phrases. That's just, we're just coming into it on the downbeat, and then we go. Okay, that's the first phrase, right? Whoop. That's the second one. Now we go. Alright, so now, this is what's tricky. This is what I'm talking about. To put it all together now. It was I'm stumbling. And I don't know why, and I'm saying, you know what? Usually, my left hand, this hand can usually handle it. It's this hand that's weaker. My picking hand. How to get it going. Many years I played bass, so this hand's kind of figured out how to do the pull-offs, how to play the notes. But this one, I would be playing with my fingers. So the pick to me, the right hand, I don't have as many years. So something like this was confusing me. So what I break it down real slow and I start to think, well, where's the up and down, the alternating, what am I doing? So this is the tricky one, where you go like this. When you go after, right, this is the tricky run, where you go flat 7, root, flat 7, 5th, and you come down, right? Because I'm working backwards, because this was the real trouble, though. I found out this was the trouble, because when I get to this and bend it a half step, I gotta pick down. I'm bending it up, right? I'm bending this 4th to the flat 5. Pick's coming down, and I'm bending the string up. And I said in other videos, I like the opposite directions. It feels nice. It feels natural. I'm bending this up, and I'm picking down. So they're going against one another. It's clean. It's, opposed to me pushing the string up and me trying to hit it as the string slightly moving up, and I'm going with an upstroke. It's not as accurate. Feels more natural. Opposites. Okay? So that has to be down. And I was finding every time I was trying to pick this, I end on this minor third, going to hit the 4th and bend it on a downstroke. So I was getting 2 downstrokes, and then I was screwing up. Or then I was trying to hit this on an up. It wasn't working. I was hitting the minor third down, and then going into this bend, I was hitting it up, and it just didn't feel right. And I would stumble. So this has to be down. And now when I release the bend, I pick up. Again, they're opposites. The string is up, I'm releasing the bend, the string's going down, the pick is going up into it. So it's more accurate. If I even kept, not that I do this, but if I kept the right hand stationary and moved the guitar into it, see this? We gotta bend it in tune. See, my right hand's not moving, right? I'm moving the guitar into the pick. I'm not moving my right hand. Now just think of it, because that's the motion of the string. It's going that way automatically because I'm bending it, I'm pushing it, and then releasing. So the string's doing that motion. So now we want to go against the tide, so to speak. We're just picking the opposite ways. And for me, that's my philosophy, my logic behind it. Maybe guys do it different. I don't know. But for me, that seems to work. So now, I have to do this on a down, this on an up, and then now I go down. Now I'm coming up on this minor third, and here's where it's tricky again. Down on the root, and then up on the minor third, and it didn't feel so well, because the last note, I'm playing on an up. And to me, see, I don't feel comfortable emphasizing that on it, and yet my pick is coming up. I gotta nail that one. This has been my school of Jimmy Dawkins, where most of his licks, I'm finding it's really nice when he does this all the time. Right? We talked about it. He does a double root there. The first one's up, second one's down. So that when I emphasize that down, it's got to be down. So when I end this phrase, that it's got to be on a down for me. So the only logic to this idea now, how to do it, is down, up. Let's see, down, up, minor third. Now I gotta go up to get the root. So it's like a little rake, a 2-note rake. Now I go down on the minor third. So it's and that to me just feels natural, feels right. And I told you a lot of these licks, they don't just sound cool, they just feel great to play, like to whip it off. And I think when you figure out the right hand, like I just did in this example, and maybe at first it feels a little strange, but once you start you just start to feel the dynamics of it, like the athleticism of it. I don't know what the word is, right? The physicality. You'll start to me, it feels natural. So then when I go to play it, I really nail it. I really give it some gusto, you know? Okay, so we're back engineering it. Now we're going back to leading to that. That has to be a down on that fourth, and where you bend it, you work backwards. So all alternating picking, as long as I start on that flat 7 down. So I go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And there it is. And I got it. And I'm still working on it to get it to just come out without thinking. But like I explained, when you think about stuff, that's what's hard. That's what practice is. You're practicing something above your natural ability, right? Your actual what you could physically do now without thinking. When you come to a problem area, that's the practice is that this is what it's about. Yes, you got to think it out, and you have to practice it to where you're not thinking anymore, and it's just being done, and that comes with some time. So even right now, I belted this out a few times pretty well. I'm still not 100% with it. I'll play it a couple times and I'll botch it, you know. So I'm still trying to get that technique. So kind of missed the root at the end. I missed that. So I go. Think I missed it again. So to get it, you do it slower. Oh, I picked it wrong a time. Here we go. Now what I was getting exhausted listening to it in that key, and even just the actual exact key of D flat or C sharp, I just moved it down to A just to kind of break the monotony of it, right? So you go like this, you just go. How about G? How about C? B flat. You see? You know, you could get tired in one key constantly. We're just working on the right hand, concentrating on that. And amazingly, like if you start thinking about what your left hand's doing, now all of a sudden, forget it. You know, it's like one of these things. You know, where you pat your head and you're trying to, you know, rub your stomach. Only drummers can handle those type of things. You know. So anyway, you got to practice to where it's second nature. That's the bottom line. And that's what practice is all about. Breaking it down. Then you think about it. That's practice, thinking about it. But then you got to get it to where you're not thinking about it anymore. That's when you know you're ready. And a lot of it has to do with breaking it down and playing it really slow. And then takes days. You know, you go to sleep, you rest on it, you come back, and after a while, boom, 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 boom. You didn't even think about it. You just did it. All right. One more time. I'll play the whole thing, right? Ooh, botched it a little bit. One thing that is tricky, which I want to mention because it just happened, you know, the idea where you're going down, you're alternating every note, right? Which gets confusing because that move, root to minor third, is the exact opposite of how we end this phrase. Right? We have, at the very end, the root is up, and then we end on the minor third, and then slide with a downstroke. That's what I was talking about. But when we do our run going down before that, it's opposite. We're picking down on the root, up on the minor third. So those two notes, the first time you play it, it's down, up, and the next time you play it, it's up, down. So it could get, your brain can, maybe yours doesn't. Mine does. Mine gets confused awfully a lot. That's just me. There we go. That was pretty good. All right, guys.